Welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, and this is Budget Beauty. We do everything on this channel, beauty on a budget. That includes sales on very expensive eyeshadow palettes, including the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I had my eye on this for quite a while, and I ended up purchasing it during the Sephora VIB sale because I thought, what better beauty on a budget than to get this pretty pricey palette on sale. So today we're going to talk all about the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I'm going to insert here an up close view of the palette, both the outside packaging as well as the inside shades. This is such a beautiful palette from the outside all the way into the inside, and I'll also go ahead and insert some swatches here for you. I did swatch the palette in two separate arm swatch sessions to make sure that you could get a nice good look at all of the different shades. This palette swatched absolutely beautifully. Now, I have used this palette once before, but when I shared this palette in my big Sephora haul, a lot of you reached out and said that you would like to see a video with an eye look using the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. So that is what we are here to do today. I'm going to be sharing with you the look that is currently on my eyes, and of course I will link everything down in the description box that is on my face, and so everything will be linked down below. Also, if you're excited, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. I would love to have you join my community. I do upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Last but not least, follow me on TikTok for more beauty on a budget. Let's jump into the tutorial on how to create this eye look. So let's get started on today's eye look using the new Huda Beauty Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette. Now, this is the second time that I've played around with this palette. I used it once before and really loved it, and I shared it with you guys in a video and you said, show me looks. So I'm here today to finish off my makeup look for today with the Rose Quartz palette. So the first thing I'm going to do is set my eyes with my eye base. This is the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I always use an eyeshadow base. I think it makes a big difference in the longevity of the shadows, as well as kind of how the overall shadow looks on the eye. So the first shade I'm going to go into is this shade here called Serenity, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush and put that into my crease. And then I'm just going to blend that out. This is going to be my transition shade. This palette just blends out absolutely beautifully. Now I'm going in with the shade Precious here, which is kind of a taupey purple color, and I'm going to use that to just deepen up the crease and just add a little bit of depth. I usually will pack that on and then I'll go through and blend it out. And then with that same brush that I applied the first color on, I'm going to just blend the edges, soften the edges, just so everything looks blended instead of those colors laying on each other so harshly. And then to deepen up the outer corner, I'm going in with this darkest shade in the palette here called Mantra. This is such a beautiful color. It's kind of a purpley gray. I love this color. And I'm just going to apply that in the outer corner of my eye, creating that triangle in the outer portion of my eye. And then of course we'll go ahead and blend this out, but this is just going to add the depth to the outer corner and then seamlessly tie all of these colors together. And you can see that I do bring it under my eye just a little bit, and I really like that whole blown out look, so I generally will just kind of swirl my brush in the corner to give it that more blown out look rather than that really precise look. And then using that same brush for that first shade, I again just blend the edges, just so there's not just a harsh distinction between the outer corner color and the rest of the look. I always like to use a glitter primer when I'm applying shimmer. I just think it makes a big difference on not only how the shimmer applies, but also the payoff that you get as well as the longevity. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of the NYX glitter glue just on my lid. Now I prefer to apply my shimmers with my finger. Again, I just think you get the biggest color payoff. So I'm going to start with this shade Empowered, which is this really pretty purple kind of shimmery shade. And I'm going to just apply that in that outer portion of my eye. You can see that I'm stopping about halfway on my lid, and that's again just going to deepen up that outer corner and add a little bit of extra depth with that really pretty shimmer shade. And then with my brush, because it's hard for me to get into this inner part of my eye with my nails, I'm going to go in with the shade Moon Magic, which is this really pretty pinky gold shade, and I'm going to apply that on the rest of my lid. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. This pulls a little bit blue, which is absolutely gorgeous with that first shimmer shade that I laid down. I mean, look at how pretty that is. Wow, that is stunning. That is so, so beautiful. And then back in with that darker shade Empowered, and I'm just going to kind of blend all of that together with my finger, just so there's not, again, that harsh line between the two shimmer shades. And then using that same brush in that shade Empowered, I'm going to go ahead and bring that up into my crease a little bit. This is that darker shimmer shade, and that's just because I have hooded eyes and I want to be able to see the shimmer when I actually close my eyes. So beautiful. I mean, this is such a stunning palette. And then lastly, again, just right over the top with a little bit more of that really pretty blue-based shade called Moon Magic. I do have just the tiniest bit of fallout on my face, but it just wiped away super, super easy. And then back in with that first brush again to do that last little bit of blending. We want to make sure everything gets blended really, really nicely. Onto my lower lash line with that deepest shade Mantra, I'm just going to pull that right across my lower lash line to add a little bit of color to my lower line. And also I like to take that and kind of wing that darkest shade up as well and start creating just a little bit of a faux wing before I go in with my liner. And then I'm going to go into that pretty blue shade Moon Magic and pull that on my lower lash line as well. I like a shimmery lower lash line, so I'm going to pull just a little bit of that into my lower lash line as well. And then I'm using the LA Girl Shock Wave Neon Liner, the purple color. This is in the shade Vivid, and I'm just going to put this onto my waterline, just again to pull out a little more of that purple. With my Clinique Intense Ebony Liner, I'm going to tight line so that I don't have to wear liner today. By tight lining, I can give myself that depth that liner gives me without using any lid space for liner. With my LA Colors liquid liner from the Dollar Tree, this is one of the best liquid liners. I'm just going to give myself a quick wing. And like I said, I don't want to put any liner on my upper lashes because I am on my upper lid because I am going to go ahead and apply some lashes. But I do want to draw in just a super, super quick wing just to give my eyes that pretty shape. And here's the look so far. It's so pretty. Like I said, I just love this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes, and then I'll be back to show you the final look and we'll go over the palette a little bit more. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing me create the eye look that I have on today. I have to say that the more I use this palette, the more I fall in love with it. Every single shade in this palette is so good. They swatch beautifully, they apply beautifully, they blend beautifully, and these shimmers are incredible. I have to say this is probably the best palette Huda Beauty has put out since Mercury retrograde, which is another one of my very, very favorite Huda Beauty palette. I will make sure I link the Rose Quartz palette in the description box, along with all of the other makeup that I'm wearing in today's video, and of course all of my favorite subscription boxes. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of today's eye look. If it swayed you to pick up the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, of course it is linked down in the description box for you. And of course just your overall thoughts on this type of video, and if you'd like to see more eye looks on my channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe because I'd love to have you here, and of course I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!